Okay, I'm gonna try to make this as fast as possible, because I have other stuff to do. It's gym day once again, and I'm heading to the gym soon. Um, you see the title of this video, and I'll just get straight into it. This whole thing of the normal, I don't know what, natural societal way of doing things, as far as it comes to like male, female, well, not male, female, wife, husband, family, uh, dynamics, or whatever the hell you want to call it. It's very interesting how it is. I am getting the, I don't know, pressure, I guess you could call it, from some friends, supposed friend, real or supposed friends. Few family members have said it as well. Basically, they're looking at me, 26 years old, kind of wondering what's going to be going on with me as far as family goes, as far as me making my own family. I was actually at my friend's house yesterday. I was over at her house, and somehow it came up. And I asked the question, what the hell is it with everybody that I went to school with? A lot of people. Not everybody, but a lot of people that I went to school with. Sorry, turn this fan off. There's stuff flying in my eyes. What is it with so many people getting married and or having kids and or having kids? And then some little bitch, I didn't even know his name. I don't think I've ever met him before. He just said with a half gayish sounding voice, literally, because that's what people do when they get older. And I'm just like, okay, according to whose rules? Okay. So this whole thing of getting married, having kids, whatever the hell, starting a family. Alright. Split that in. The male side of that. Society is wondering, and I'm not sure if the situation over in Japan, if they would weigh in on this. I may hit it for them, I may not. But society is wondering why it is that men, roughly my age, maybe a little older, maybe, and certainly younger, don't want to have any part of it. Are saying, fuck it, just screw the whole thing. Screw the whole thing. Forget it. They're asking what I've been asking since before maybe even YouTube even existed. And that is, under whose rules is it that being a man, we all know how I feel about that shaming tactic, means getting some woman, marrying her, being her slave, creating these siphons, i.e. kids, to start this family. Under whose rules? Whose rules is that? That is what constitutes being a man, amongst everything else that people want to just add in to say you're a man if you do this, you're not a man if you don't do that. What exactly? And I always wondered that. I, of course, never got any straight answer. I got a whole bunch of hand waving and bullshit deflective leftist liberal answers, based answers. I never got a full answer to that. And I'm saying, dudes are starting to wake up to that. Men are starting to wake up to that shit. They're saying, fuck it. Why? Let's take single mothers. Look at how much they cry about being single mothers. They have all these social programs to help them out ad infinitum. They're not expected by society being made up of men and women, they're not expected by society to single-handedly, as men have been doing ever since whichever camp you subscribe to, primordial ooze on the left, Adam and Eve on the right, whatever, some combination, some range of the two. They have not been expected to sit there and protect and provide, at least in this case specifically provide, for themselves, plus some woman, plus X number of kid, or kids plural. Okay? They're not expected to do that single-handedly. Okay? And that might have been all well and nice back in the Middle Ages, where basically you made a living either being in the military, being some knight or some shit, or you made a living maybe being in the king's court, or maybe in the religious sector, body, whatever the hell. Three basic things, or actually knock down two: either through books, academics, whatever, or through military. You pretty much had nothing apart from that. But in today's day and age, it's not that simple. And then this is actually why why men in the Middle East have it so bad, and for anybody who doesn't understand that and think that the women are the ones that have it so bad over there, this is above you. Getting right down into it. Guys are saying fuck it. You already know about in Japan how they're saying screw this whole modus operandi of how to be a man according to society's bullshit standards. You're supposed to do it. They're saying fuck it. And the reason why they're saying fuck it, I found out, or not found out, I found manifested in two movies. One more than the other, but two movies. And I'm going to play some parts of them for you. And I'll have any disclaimers up. I do not own the rights to those movies. This is fair use, whatever the hell. Don't sue. I'm going to be having the name of the movies in the description box. Saw them on Netflix as of July 17, 2013 at 3:10 p.m. They're both on Netflix. I don't know if they're ever going to get taken down, but you can go find the movie yourself. Whatever. I'm going to play these clips, and then I'm going to explain to you exactly why men are saying, well, part of the reason anyway. All of what I'm going to say is only even part of the reason too. But I'm going to show you why men are saying screw marriage, screw kids, screw all this crap. You are on your own. As far as women go, you're on your own. Men, we're going our own way, as we all know. We're on our own. Let's get started. The first one comes from a movie called Margin Call. Go into this. Just gonna turn on the volume so you can hear it. I was just gonna point the camera, but I think that might be a bit too much. Really don't want to get this thing flagged or sued, so let's just go with it. Margin Call. Listen to this.
I don't know. Yeah. How much more? Are you? Yeah. Something's nothing you did. You're just in a low farm at a one time. Yelling at animals and friends to get you out. Listen, nothing I'm going to say to make you feel any better. It's just going to suck for a while. Yeah. Well, what is wrong? I'm sorry this is happening to you. Tell me, you can do it to me. Still, we should perhaps last night. I guess. It's not really going to affect people. Well, it's going to affect people. They're real people.
Listen to this.
Listen, if you really want to do this with your life, you have to be necessary anywhere. People want to live like this and they're kind of big fucking houses and they're not necessary. The only reason you're going to get into living on kings is because we got our fingers on the scales in their favor. That's how it's really fucking fair, really fucking good man, nobody else wants that. They say that people like that. They want what we have to give them, but they also want to play innocent and pretend like they're not being able to care. this goes tits up. For them to kiss your ass. For them to breakfast. But if the world, everyone gets back sure. Well, in the psyche, they're going to laugh when they kiss their pants because we're going to live on the biggest pussy together all up through the world.
That was the first one. Oh, by the way, both of these movies that I'm playing are dealing with the financial collapse that happened in 2008, and that we're still really kind of going through. That started off in 2008. That's what both of these movies are themed, based in. Okay, so that was the first one, and that pretty much explains to you how futile it is to be a man having to take care of himself plus wife plus kids. Back in the day, it was possible. In today's day and age, it's not possible no matter how hard you try. Chances are you cannot afford it on your own, on just your own. And talking about the average person here, I don't go throwing Bill Gates at my face and then be like, see, he can do. The average man out here, okay, in general, on average, can't do it no matter how hard he tries. Not because he's not trying hard enough, but because it is impossible. At some point, there's only so much you can do on yourself before you're going to need help from outside forces, i.e. the forces that rigged the whole system so that you can't even get stuff any at all, get the house, get the car, get anything. If you were to try to do it all on your own, you wouldn't be able to. You can barely do it with 2 incomes from the man and the woman. But this is what being a real man constitutes. Being able to protect and provide for yourself, wife, and kids. Let's keep going. Let's go to the next one. Have these things on instant queue. What the fuck is this? Recently watched. Okay, so the second one comes from a movie called The Company Men. And I have 4 different parts that I'm going to play. Let's see, I had the times written down. The first one's at 46 minutes, 43 seconds, 20, 30, 40. And obviously, go watch both movies so you get a full context of what's being played. Obviously, these are just clips. So I was going to explain to you how the movies are, what the theme of the movie is based on the movie, but go watch the movie. This is part of me hoping that they won't sue for whatever the hell advertise for their movie. You go watch it, however you watch it, Netflix or whatever, and that be that. So it's kind of like me advertising for them. That's my mode of thinking. All right, so 46, 46, 43. That's fine. Right here. Listen to this.
Hey, what the hell's going on? They just got thrown off the course of the club. We haven't paid the dues since October?
Yeah, I've paying a lot of things.
That looks like a fucking deadbeat.
This is real, Bobby. This is happening to us. You are wandering around like you're on some sort of a date when you're playing golf. You getting your Porsche detailed?
Hey, I need to look successful, okay? I can't just look like another asshole with a resume.
You are just another asshole with a resume.
I cut him a check for the balance.
Cancel it.
No.
Can't afford it.
No.
Okay. In that scene, he's essentially trying. No, let me not explain it. Go watch the movie. It's the next one. 57 minutes, 11 seconds. This is gonna be good.
Bobby.
You will never guess who's in Joanna's office. Jeannie McClary's favorite ass kisser, Phil Woodward.
Your resume is very impressive, Phil.
Thank you.
You started on the factory floor. Not many people can claim that anymore. You want to get rid of all the ancient stuff, anything pre-90s. Instead of listing the number of years you held each position at GTX, indicate your title and responsibilities. Like here, where you've noted your military service, don't say Vietnam. Combat infantryman is impressive enough. You smoke, Phil?
Oh, occasionally.
Quit. Employers don't want employee health problems ratcheting up their insurance premiums, Phil. You may want to think about dyeing your hair, get rid of some of that gray.
Why, do we know each other?
Excuse me?
You keep using my first name.
I'm not the enemy, Phil. You're pushing 60 and you look like hell. You're gonna have a rough time out there.
Could you show me to my office, please?
Okay. I'll just say a quick thing about the first one that I played. Basically, the first guy lost his job. I mean, all three of the main guys lost their jobs, you know, in addition to everybody else. But the first guy lost his job. He's still trying to keep up the appearances so that he is able to, maybe in his circles or something, or through some influence, get another job and maintain his standard of living. Apparently his wife doesn't seem to understand that. I can understand why she's saying they can't afford it, but then, you know what, when she goes and outbursts at him that he is just an asshole with a resume, well, you can see what she really thinks about him. She's there for the free ride. The guy was making, let's see now, in the movie he said it's 80,000, was half what he made. The guy was making 160,000 to start with, and that's gone now. So apparently, so obviously she realized that her free ride is over, and her little bullshit thing, I guess she was some sort of technician at the hospital or some shit. That's not gonna cut it anymore. Oh, one other thing. One thing that I did forget to play in that first clip. I kind of thought it was a little bit short. Listen to this second part here. This part here. You see what happens, men. You see what happens. You dedicate your whole life. This man started at the bottom. Basically, he started as a burger flipper and managed to work his way up pretty much to second from CEO position at, let's say, McDonald's. Pretty much. Let's just say that. It's not McDonald's, but you get what I'm going with here. This man's been with his company essentially his entire life. You heard the lady, rather bitchily. He's pushing 60. This is what's out there for men, okay? You're supposed to go in at, let's say, 18, 19, 21, 2. Let's just, okay, so 18, 20, from 22 till a retirement age, working at some company. And of course, this is the old way of doing things, but it's still expected, even though it's not in the least bit possible or practical. You're expected to get in once you leave school with all the debt, go into the work, go get yourself a wife and kids, start taking care of them, buy them a house, this and that, and you are supposed to be the slave workhorse until you are pushing 60 and look like hell. Okay? And we're going to get back to this guy that I just finished playing in a second, because he's going to say something that pretty much everybody should be able to understand. But let me play the second part of the first one that I wanted to get to. That's what's waiting for you, men. And you wonder why men are saying screw it. I mean, forget the fact that they're hearing left and right how women are so strong, smart, independent, they don't need a man, they can do it on their own, or women are beating men and everything now. But yet they still expect us to do that. There's no men liberation movement. We haven't been liberated from our stereotypical roles. We're still expected to do that. And guys are saying, fuck it. They see what is out there for them. They see the future. Call a psychic. We're not doing it. Listen to this.
I should have been honest with you about the club, but you haven't been honest with me.
I'm not gonna be a decent guy. I'm gonna have a little rubbish
You
now.
need to get a job. Any job. I can't do this alone, Bobby.
I know, not the time.
No, there's more of it. How interesting she says she can't do it alone. Funny thing about this is the fact that her income is not able to bring them up to half of what they were at, but his income is what clearly, obvious logic will tell you that his income was what was single-handedly doing it alone. His $160,000 a year, okay, was what was doing. So he was doing it alone. But here it is now. They're probably like what, maybe a day, less than 24 hours out of him being unemployed, and she immediately comes with, "I can't do it alone." He was doing it alone, taking care of himself, plus her, plus they have 2 kids. It's crazy. It's crazy. This is what being a real man, a real man constitutes. Submitting yourself to being a slave for the rest of your life. Not to yourself, but to somebody else. In this case, a wife. Just and the kids, yeah, but obviously the kids, you know, they have no control over that. They didn't ask to be here. You know, I don't know any guy that wants to deal with this, man. Which guy in their right mind that's not been pressured and hassled by society, by women, by other dumbass pussywit men, which guy would want to go through this? I'm going to tell you all a story about a bit about myself after I'm done playing these things, but just letting you know.
Off for 2 weeks, I won't be able to support my family.
Things are gonna get great again.
No. Things aren't gonna be great again, okay? I'm trying to get a job. I've been out there every day for 3 months trying to get a job. I haven't had one offer. I've been to everybody we know, and a lot of people I don't. And I have begged. I fucking begged for a lead. Anything.
Listen to this.
There's thousands of new MBAs out there. No mortgage, no kids, work 90-hour work weeks for nothing. You know what honestly, Maggie? I'm a 37-year-old unemployed loser who can't support his family.
You are going to find a job working for people who know how lucky they are to have you.
When did it happen? Shit.
It hasn't turned to shit. You have Drew and Carson and parents and me. Okay, you have me.
The same bitch that went and told him just a few minutes ago how he was, what the hell was it, an asshole with a resume? Yeah, you have him. Or he has you. That's awesome. Alright, so the next one comes in at 1 hour, 18 minutes, 44 seconds. At this one, this is for anybody who is older. It might sound like a sting coming from me, a 26-year-old dude, but you know what? This is the movie. This is for anyone who is older, gets laid off. I mean, hell, what I just played right there should be enough to convince you. MBAs, no kids, probably not married, no mortgage, right? No, none of that. Willing to work for free. Okay? Yeah, that's the way it is. So, for all you older people, okay, that are still working, got laid off, this is for you.
I gotta rush things. I have to get back to the staff meeting at 1:30.
You look great. You losing weight? Yeah, well, dyeing my hair.
So how you doing?
I'm fine. Sending out a lot of resumes.
You're lucky to be out of it.
Word on the street is you're looking for a foreign exec.
You have someone to recommend?
Yeah, me?
It's international travel.
I have extensive overseas experience.
Sure you do. You mind my asking, how old are you, Phil?
You're not worried I'll soon.
I wouldn't hire anyone over 30 for that job. It's a killer. Out of the country 5 out of every 6 weeks.
Well, travel's not a problem.
Why don't you cash it in? Shit, I would go lie on a beach.
Can't afford to go lie on a fucking beach.
I can't recommend you for the job, Phil. They'd laugh me out of the office.
And actually, good. It goes right into the last part, the fourth part that I'm going to talk about, that I'm going to play. But there it is. There you have it. What needs to be said to that? What really needs to be said? And that's the future that us males are supposed to aspire to be real men. This is what being a real man is, huh? No, that's that right there. Working your ass off for some company that could throw you off at any time. Look at the papers that, for all you people that have jobs, look at the paper that you signed. It says right there on the application, this is an unless of course you have like a contract thing, obviously. This is an at-will application that can be terminated at any time for any reason by employee or employer. Shit, my new job. Actually, no, I'll get into that in a second. Let's play the last one.
Well, I was pretty worried about you as you got around a tree someplace. Bitches! Motherfuckers! Tom Brady couldn't hit that building from here on his best day.
Serious tuition for Brown is due.
All right, Jack. I can't make the mortgage. No. I can. Oh, you stop it.
No. You know the worst part?
Listen to this.
World didn't stop. And newspapers still came every morning. The automatic sprinklers shut off at 6. Jeff next door still watches car every Sunday. And my life ended, and you know, nobody noticed.
And that's it. There's a whole bunch of other ones I could play, but that's it. Okay, let's wrap this up because, again, I have the gym to go to, and I actually need to get something to eat, let it sit for a few hours so I have energy for this shit. I just ran into these movies today, actually, while I was finishing up the cleaning, just to, you know, have something playing in the background just for company, I guess. I just saw these movies today, and that's actually what stopped me from cleaning. I actually ended up sitting there watching these movies, and I'm just like, son of a bitch, you gotta be fucking kidding me. For anybody that doesn't get it by now, that just, I don't know, forget wisdom, few if any people have that, just don't have the IQ is not above 0, because 0 is the minimum IQ needed to be able to fully understand it. So for all of you who still don't get it, alright? Men want out. They want out. More and more men are saying, fuck this shit. They're not going to have that kind of bullshit on their head where they're worked to death. Literally. Worked to death. And in fact, there's actually a story of one guy that worked in Japan that worked made national headlines for as far as I know. Worked 7 days a week for God knows how long, to the point where his heart just stopped. I think they made a documentary about it as well. You can go research it. Men are saying fuck it. They're tired of being told that this is what being a man is. Being a slave for the rest of your life to some woman that is gonna tell you that you're a fucking dead what the fuck, asshole with a resume the moment shit gets bad. The moment I bet you she wouldn't dare say some shit like that if he still had his job, bringing in $160,000 a year. Okay, but all of a sudden, you know, diarrhea starts going through the turbines, and you start hearing exactly how she feels. Okay. And of course, one of the probably one of the reasons for that is because she's also older now, and as women have found out the hard way, and really through feminism, men don't really have any interest in the 40-year-old woman, let's just say 40-year-old woman, or really even 30-year-old woman, up that is successful, smart, sassy, and whatever the hell. They learned the hard way that guys, no matter how old they are, 14 to 44 to 84, they would rather fuck 18-year-old girls than 28, 38, 48, 58, 68-year-old women. Learn that the hard way. So she's probably getting pissed off that this man, her meal ticket, or actual meal ticket, now is lost his job through no fault of his own. It was downsizing. Okay. And she is not exactly 18 to, let's say, I don't know, 24, or maybe even lower than 18. Not exactly 18 to 24 anymore. So you know what? Her days of being the baddest bitch, being able to pick, choose, and refuse dudes ad infinitum on a whim, those days are over. So she pretty much is assed out. So she has to let this shit work, or that's it. You heard what this last guy said. This is due, that's due. Can't make the mortgage if you pay for this. Or pay for college or whatever the hell. The world kept going. His life ended and the world kept going. And that's how it's been for a lot of guys out here. And I really don't give a fuck how badly women are affected, because when it comes down to it, a few things about this. And when I say women are affected, I mean the real economy of which these movies were themed in. The reason I don't care is because of a few reasons. One, the economy affected men a lot more than women. Two, women get sympathy from society. Men don't. Three, women can immediately switch from strong, smart, independent woman can pay for her own bills and doesn't need a man to support her or take care of her. She can easily switch that over to traditional, oh, take care of me, I'm a girl, I'm just a girl, oh, be a man and I'll be the woman and go home and bake some cookies and be the housewife. They can switch back and forth between that on a whim. Men can't do that. This whole supposed rise of the house husband, that's bullshit. That is absolute bullshit. Fuck all that. Okay? Guys aren't doing this anymore. They're tired of it. Now, take me for example. Let's run through me for a little bit. I'm 26 years old. I have no kids. I have no mortgage. I have a car that's paid for, paid off. It's a used car. You know, I got it at 105,000 miles. It now has 150 something. The 01 Kia Optima that I have, SE V6, which has V8 gas mileage and 4-banger power. Awesome. While I was working at my previous job, which was security at Whitefoot Mall, in down there in Kensington, Maryland, I was making $10 an hour. I've been there for about 2 years. It jumped up to like $10.35. I was able to live off that $10 an hour. I was able to pay for rent, which was $500 a month. Okay. I mean, I don't really mean to put out my business like that, but there's nothing anybody can do to fuck stuff up, so I can tell it, and I'll be fine. I was able to pay for rent. I was able to pay for credit cards, pay the minimum on all but one, and work that one down to paying it off, and then being able to add what I paid for that plus the minimum of the new one, work down the credit cards. I was able to pay for gas. I was able to buy food and everything. I was able to do all that stuff and have money lasting until the next paycheck, in addition to being able to take $100 out of that paycheck, every paycheck, just instantly, $100, and put it away in savings. I was actually able to save up $500 doing that, because I'd recently just started before I left that job. So I mean, I was able to save up $500 just putting away $100, $100. I was able to live on $10 an hour. Live decently. Gym membership, and okay, you're probably wondering, how were you able to do that and still go out? Well, okay, gym. I'm not paying any insurance. I had dental, and that was it. I have the glasses, don't need vision, don't need medical insurance. And the reason for that is this: I don't do anything that has a high chance of giving me broken bones, minus maybe the gym. I go to the gym, I work out, and I do the whole raw food juicing. That alone, the raw food juicing thing, cuts out so much money eating out, or even just eating here but having to cook so damn much. That single-handedly probably is what is able to let me do that. Moving on though, $10 an hour, I was able to do all of that. My life was able to run off $10 an hour. Okay? I now have a new job where I'm getting paid a lot more. New job. Okay? I am getting paid a lot more now. I was able to live off $10 an hour, and now I'm getting... Now I'm not going to get into my business. I'm not going to put my business out in the world, but I am making more. Just put it to you like that. I am making a lot more. And it is a job of consequence. It is an actual job, career job, that you can put on your resume and not feel weird like, okay, you're 26 years old and you're working a job that is essentially for high school kids with still living in their parents' basement. Although, I can't really say I feel too bad, because at my previous job there was a lady there that was like, what, 50 or some shit, and she was doing that as well. Plus she was getting paid less than me probably. So yeah, can't really say anything about that. However, how cheap it is for me to live the way I'm living. Single, no kids, no wife, no house payment, no car payment, no nothing. Okay? Have a car, rent a room, okay. Don't have any of that shit. And I'm supposed to give that up. The freedom and mobility that gives. 48 laws of power, no, not 48. 33 strategies of, well, 48 laws of power too. Maximum mobility. Don't be stuck rigidly into the ground. Maximum mobility, fluidity, and all that. I'm supposed to give that up to go be a real man and go start a family and stick to a company for the rest of my life, essentially. And for what? You succeed 99 times, you fail 1 time, and the 1 time out of 100 you fail. All of a sudden the wife is telling you to go fuck yourself. She's there looking at other guys, seeing, you know, okay, does she still look good to still be able to go out here and land and upgrade, I guess. You know, you served your purpose, but now you're just an empty husk now to go find the other cash cow. I'm not doing that. A lot of guys aren't doing that. Here is what I need. Okay? Well, I'm not going to say that. Everything else that I need, I've gotten myself. I have no interest in getting married. I would love to have kids, actually, but I have no interest in having kids due to the foolishness of this life. As far as everything that I've talked about in this video and other things. And I really have no use for a relationship. None. Food, sex, silence. Feed me, fuck me, shut the fuck up. That is all that men need from women. And to tell the honest to God truth, I feed myself and I get silence for the most part while I'm here in my room. The only thing that I need women for is sex. And for that, you really just need a friends with benefits. I do not need to get married. I do not need to go having kids. I do not need to go take care of her for the rest of my life, and the rest of her life at least. I don't need any of that. Just give me my weekly, or I guess on a bad streak, monthly, and I am good. Just at least one friends with benefits and I am fine. Everything else I can go do myself. If I want to pack up and say, you know what, fuck Maryland. Maryland sucks. DC metro area sucks, and it does suck. I mean, I've been here since '93. There's only so many times you can see the monument before it's like, I'm not a tourist. It's not that interesting. You know what? I want to pack up and go to California and go set up shop for a while. I can do that. I want to head to New York. Miami, whatever, wherever. I can pack up shop. At worst, throw everything in a storage and just have like money for gas, because again, my car sucks with gas. And go somewhere else, set up shop, work up a bit of money, bring my stuff in a U-Haul over there. Can you do that with wife and kids? No. Can you do that if you're stuck in, I mean, look, I think we all understand what I'm saying here. 42 minutes, 50 some seconds. If you don't get it now, you're not going to get it. You see it now. You see the reason why men are saying, fuck this whole notion of what being a man is. Fuck having a wife, fuck having kids, whatever. I just need at least one girl to dump my dick off in, with condoms, of course. And that's it. That's all I need from women. Everything else I can get on my own. And I have been getting on my own. Why would I wreck that? I have absolute freedom. Why the hell would I wreck that to go be what society considers a man? I'm a man because I say so, not because I match anybody else's individual definition of what a man is. Not any man, not any other man, and certainly not any woman. I have everything else I want I can get on my own. Do you know what I need women for? I'll show you. The only thing I need a vagina for is to finish off those. That's it. That's all. Just to finish it off, and that's it. And then when I finish it off, I go back to Planned Parenthood, take my routine maintenance STD test, just, 6 months, routine testing, and I get another box of free 12-pack box of condoms. They actually have these. You have to ask for them because obviously, I guess people aren't getting them that much. They have the little bullshit small condoms out for people to get, but you have to actually ask them for those, and they have it. Thank you, Planned Parenthood, for that. That's all I need. That's it. I'm not giving up this freedom for anything. And if that makes me not a man according to whoever wants to say that, well, that's nice. Still here. Still don't care. Alright, so I need to go and make something to eat, because I have to also let it sit for a while to get the energy going. Then head to the gym, lift these weights, and all that. I hope people understand now why men are exiting this whole dynamic of family, of protector and provider, and all that crap. I hope you understand now. Again, the movies that I have taken these clips from, for the very first one that I took was a movie called Margin Call. The second one was The Company Man. Research those. Go and watch those movies. Watch them in their entirety. And that's all I have to say. Thanks for watching.